Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Cowboys and the Lions, and it comes your way next.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Detroit Lions. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week,
they'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run here with Brooks. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Back to throw, Goff. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set them back on second. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
is that a clip and save? That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Now Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Complete to Wright. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Williams, a man in motion right. Goff throwing again. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 12-yard line.
Now it's Goff. That's complete to Laporta. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. And perhaps half's now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Here's Brooks. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Lions are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Like what we saw right there, good running down near the goal line because that was a really good drive. They were able to possess the ball, have some early success moving it downfield, and then clearly the most important thing, finishing things off with the ball in the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And how about his performance in the wild card round last week? Truly one for the record books. Touchdown pass after touchdown pass. In fact, the statistician was questionable for this game, trying to recover from that one. And if you didn't know any better, you would have thought they were going 11 on 10 in that game all the way through. But now for this one, can you keep it going? Can you keep the hot hand?
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here's 3rd and a few inches. Prescott to throw it. That is caught, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Prescott now from the 50. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. A running play, it's Dowdle. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Prescott from the gun. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds, but no one's going to have a chance at it.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept away, and boom, over the crossbar.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Out of the gun, Goff. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. On the handoff, this is Brooks. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run with Brooks. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
Off play action. Here's Goff. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. Kevontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys. And this will be taken at the 13. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 3rd and 4. Throwing. Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And again, it's Prescott. And he'll go right back to Lamb. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
The game is 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 41-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down up near midfield, spotted at the 48.
First down, Dallas.
Looking to throw, Prescott. Pressure comes and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I don't know if he was just working through progressions or just unaware of the pressure, but no matter. Excellent work by the defense to get him to the ground before he could escape the pocket.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. On the run, it's Dowdle. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Prescott. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
In motion, the tight end. After the interception, here's Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
29 yards.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field.
They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. To throw is Prescott. Buying time to his left. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the 1st as well. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that's complete to Cooks. It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he fields it cleanly. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit Lions getting set for another series here.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
They run out of the gun with Brooks here.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now Prescott. Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. In the first half, it was the veteran quarterback Jared Goff who had command of the offense. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger, as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And able to get this out to the 25. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Prescott now. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. That sack courtesy of Jack Campbell.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage there by Carlton Davis.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Williams being motion left. Now a play fake, and it's Goff.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd and 5. St. Brown in motion right. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. There's Goff. This to Laporta, right side. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8. Goff now looking to throw. He's got this to Williams, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Gone. And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Tim Patrick, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 6.
It's a gain of 6. And the Cowboys first down.
Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. They run here with Dowdle. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, having a partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Prescott to throw it. Left side to Lamb. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one good for 37 yards. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Dowdle. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Rico Dowdle.
punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the third quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and it makes the score 21-10. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Goff and Williams hooking up there for a Lions first.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Now Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. In motion goes the tight end. Goff now to throw. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 30. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Now a give to Brooks running right. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. To throw is Goff. Throw left side, caught by Laporta. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down. A run out of the gun with Brooks.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Montgomery diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
Point after here coming up. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Throwing, Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down. Prescott. Cooks on the quick slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a 1st down. Looking to throw, Prescott. There again is Cooks, complete. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. To throw is Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. To the air again, Prescott. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Still going inside the 20. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Yeah, Detroit back in possession of the football. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The best starting field position you could possibly have. 1st and goal from the 1. After the interception, here's Goff. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And they knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Prescott from the gun. And he'll go right back to Lamb. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he'll get this up past the 45.
And the Cowboys first down.
Here's Prescott. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And again, it's Prescott. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Prescott now. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's 2nd and 10. Prescott yet again. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Now Prescott. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. They'll throw again. Prescott. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Prescott to throw it. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Brandon Cooks. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Cowboys are able to cut into that deficit.
1st and goal, forget running the football, forget establishing anything. Just put it in the end zone with the pass for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the definition of catching the defense off guard there. They weren't expecting that.
And that totally goes against type, doesn't it? When you think 1st and goal from the 1, you're thinking running play.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. And the Lions are able to cover this one up.
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the Cowboys' 38-yard line.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Lions stay alive as we say thanks for watching and so long.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.